So I'm going to paint a picture for you guys really quick. You have a bunch of projects that are due. Now, you being you, you're falling behind a bit. There's only a few weeks left and you've got to try and get up to speed. What do? Do you wake up early and get them done? Or do you do them in the evening when things are quieter? Okay, so I'm just gonna list out a few of the perks that I think are great about, being a morning person, waking up early, getting things done. But I'm just gonna list out some of the benefits that I've seen and felt from waking up early, I guess. Yeah. What the fuck? Right, so I'm coming towards this from a perspective of a morning person. I like to think I'm a morning person. I do tend to wake up a lot earlier and I do try and get things done as early as I can. And if you're trying to figure out a routine for yourself and you're not sure if you actually get more stuff done in the morning or you actually get more stuff done in the evening. So point number one, I found myself being more productive. So waking up early gives you the sense that there's more hours in the day, right? And because of that, you have more time to get things done. Obviously, there's a set amount of hours in the day, but waking up earlier gives you a sense that there's more hours because you're awake for a longer period of time. What I try to do is I wake up and as early as I can, I try to crank out the most important things that I've got set for that day and then get all the important stuff done. Yeah, that's pretty much me. Then the rest of the day I can pretty much chill and it feels like the day's longer. Point number two, morning workouts. There's a reason why a lot of these like bodybuilders and these athletes, they wake up early so that they can train. Now obviously that's their profession and then us lot doing it as just something to keep us active. Even then, I feel like waking up early and getting your exercise done there and then once again opens up the rest of the day for you because you don't have to worry about getting to the gym or going out and doing your cardio. You wake up, have your meal to give you that energy, go for your run. Half an hour, 45 minutes later, come back, have a shower, boom. From personal experience, working out with friends specifically, I try and go as early as I can, but then these guys will just end up dragging it on and it will just get later and later. So I found myself waking up early, but then I realized I have to go to the gym. So then it just kind of interrupts the day if it's like later on. I mean, obviously some people prefer that, but me having my day broken up just because I need to go work out is kind of a bummer because I'd rather be doing something else. Point number three, you have plenty of time to have a solid breakfast. Talking to my friends and stuff, like a lot of them tend to wake up later and that usually doesn't give them much time to have a solid breakfast because you have time to rest up, freshen up, make some banging food. Point number four, now this is where it gets a little bit deeper. I mean, I'm not sure how to word this, but I feel like it's improved my mental health. I'm not sure if those are the right words for it, but just hear me out on this. So if I wake up later, I find myself kind of scrambling around because there's just not enough time to kind of comprehend things. Waking up earlier kind of gives me a bit more time to wrap my head around what the day is going to look like. Now this might just be a personality trait, but I feel like just having a bit of time to prepare for whatever it is that you need to do throughout the day just eases my mind a bit. I guess what I'm trying to say is it gives you a head start and it negates any feeling of rush that you might have usually if you're waking up later and trying to figure things out. This sense of rush is also linked to an increase in a stress hormone called cortisol, which research has linked to increased anxiety and body fat. So rushing, not really the greatest thing for yourself, especially for your mind. And I feel like just having that little bit, like 5-10 minutes to just wake up earlier and just know what it is that you need to do just makes things run a lot smoother and negates any of that rush and anxiety and all of that other nonsense that gets in the way of things. Point number five, you naturally procrastinate less. Now, my reasons for waking up earlier have never directly been to procrastinate less, because you wake up early, the rest of your family's not awake, right? What do? You can sit down in front of the TV and watch your shows. Yeah, but then there's no point of that. You might as well sleep. So waking up earlier, you can obviously take your time with things. No one else is awake. You have the space to yourself. You can think. It's nice, it's quiet. A 2008 study published in the Journal of General Psychology analyzed the connection between late night and early morning behaviors and found that those who went to bed later and woke up later were more likely to procrastinate than their early morning counterparts. An early rise time gives you a chance to acknowledge and deal with issues first thing, which can lead to less stress and better efficiency. Just back up some of the points that I'm trying to make, because obviously I'm just talking from a personal perspective here. This is just my stuff that I've realized. But then doing a bit of research, you find that these things are true in most cases. They're backed up by science. Rushing around less gives you less anxiety, less stress. Waking up earlier gives you more time in the day, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm quite an avid believer that waking up earlier is better than working through the night, but then that's just my preference. Point number 6, the days feel longer. I feel like I've already mentioned this at the start, but I'll just expand on it. I like having productive mornings, so there are times when I'd wake up at 6 a.m, not 4 a.m. like The Rock, because man's not crazy. And I'd go ahead and I'd just start getting things done. And I'd try and get as much done as I can before 12 o'clock midday. Reason for this is, by that time, if I've done everything that I need to do that's urgent or that I really want to get done, I have literally from midday until about whenever I go to sleep, like 9, 10, whatever it is, 9 hours to do whatever the hell I want. And it feels like the day is just so much longer. Just waking up earlier, because there's been times, obviously, with all of us, where I'd wake up at like 11, 12, and it's just like the day is gone to waste. Even waking up at 10, I feel like the day just flies by. But waking up early, it just gives you that sense that there's more time. And honestly, it's one of the best feelings ever, knowing that you've done everything by 11, 12 a.m. and you can just relax the rest of the day. It's truly blissful. Point number 7. And this is quite an important one. I feel like it helps you develop self-discipline. Discipline is obviously very important in building character and stuff. Even if it's just the fact that you wake up early. Like, you don't necessarily need to get things done, but building a habit of waking up early gives you that discipline. Waking up sunrise obviously requires a lot of self-discipline and willpower, but then doing it will increase your ability to build positive habits. Obviously these habits and stuff, they start off with baby steps, right? So if you know that you're short on time during the day to do your work, wake up earlier. And then once you're comfortable, wake up early and then maybe tick off a couple of things. And just stick to that and eventually find yourself procrastinating less and just getting more stuff done that you need to do. And point number 8, final point, I find myself feeling more energized. Like, it sounds really weird because obviously you think you're having less sleep. And obviously there are times where, you're waking up early and it's really hard to get out of bed because you might have gone to bed late. But in most part, I feel like I have more energy once I've woken up early. I feel like it's more important that the routines that you implement with waking up is what gives you that energy. Exercising, meditating, practicing yoga are all very popular for people to do in the mornings as part of their physical activities. This obviously releases endorphins, which give a great boost to feel better for the rest of the day. Me being Muslim, we have our morning prayers anyway, and I find that after praying, my mood automatically is just lighter, more positive, more calm. I guess people who meditate have a similar effect, they just feel relaxed and there's a certain serenity about it. And that serenity is what I think gives people more energy. They're less stressed, there's less intrinsic, negativity within them, all the anxieties and stuff. Just waking up earlier allows you time to just soothe off all that negativity and get energized in a positive way. So I'm just going to end up with a couple negative, not really negatives, but more and things that I've just, a few bad things. Bad is like a really harsh word. Like these aren't good, is what I'm trying to say. They're just like, eh. If you have a busy schedule or you've been doing a lot of work, it can be difficult to get up the next day. Like, especially when I work out my legs. Literally the next day is like a mission to just get up. Once again, it's probably just down to me just overdoing it a bit. So yeah, there's always a limit. This next one's not so much a con, but it's more a reality. Is that having a routine like waking up early requires a lot of willpower. Like, you need to be on this in order to be consistent at it. These routines, they can be broken very, very easily, and once they are broken, it can be really difficult to get back into the flow of things. So I wouldn't say it's a con, but it's more just something to be aware of, that when you build a habit and it sticks, once you break it, it's really hard to get back. And yeah, and that's pretty much my list of the good and a few of the bad. Obviously I want to focus more on the positives because I feel like the positives are great and these negatives are just probably due to my own mistakes. My list on types of being a morning person. Hopefully this motivates a few of you guys, whoever watches this. I don't know who watches this because no one subscribed to my channel because it's, yeah. Anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to try and make a few more of these videos soon. I have a lot of interesting ideas coming up. A few of which are to do with like exercise and learning some physical skills like the back handspring and stuff. So I found these really cool tutorials that I'm going to try and follow and see whether or not I can actually get around to doing them. So hopefully that's next on my list. If it's not, don't judge me because I can't be asked. Alright, it's hot, man's sweating. Please subscribe and leave some suggestions for things that I could probably talk about. See you next time. Peace.